You ready to do the damn thing?
I'm ready. Is this thing on?
Is this thing on? Hi.
Hi, we're in nature again.
It's Adam R. Jacobson. That's Dana B. Welcome to the second ever episode of the DNA Community Podcast. We're so happy to be in the city of Coral Gables, Florida.
Yes.
We are here because, first of all, community, we truly believe, extends beyond where you live. It is certainly important to be a part of your physical community, whether it's in your neighborhood, whether it's in your city, but community could be where your heart is as well. And our heart is in the city of Coral Gables. It is our pleasure to be here to be supporting the Down Syndrome Association of Miami for the Miracle Walk 5K and 1 mile walk. It was held on Sunday, November the 2nd. We'll be speaking with Jacki Castro, the mother of a brave little boy named Joshy, who is among the honorees at this event. And we're also going to give you a little excerpt from our experience with South Florida Wellness Week, which was a big part of our October. But as we're looking ahead to November, there's so many things in South Florida to be looking forward to. We're going to just talk a little bit about some of the reasons why we're also here in Coral Gables.
Yes, and husband, take a breath.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking forward to in November. Breathing, being in community, celebrating my birthday with those near and dear and far and wide.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm using this nature stick as a microphone, so I'm going to give it a moment and give it back to the world, give it back to the earth. Thank you, Earth. That was just a little shtick. And yes, very grateful to be in Coral Gables.
Yes. For those of you that aren't familiar with Coral Gables and the nature around us, you may be surprised. A lot of people that aren't familiar with Miami and its surrounding communities may have this idea that it's big and bustling and loud and crazy. And here we are. It is tranquil and it's full of some amazing people.
Lots of green spaces, lots of beautiful trees. When we drove by, we saw all the folks with their skeletons and Halloween flair. I know we were in November now, but it was just Halloween. And we are sporting our
Dia de los Muertos shirts. This is actually recorded on Dia de los Muertos. And as we go into the podcast, we're going to share a little bit more about the city in different scenes. From Miracle Walk, we're going to do a little bit of conversation from there on that event.
And seeing a lot of Adam's friends from the time when he was living in the area many moons ago before I came into your life. And I'm grateful to be brought into that community of wellness-minded folks that still move their bodies and get things moving and raise money for a very important cause. And so grateful to be here. And this is the South Florida weather that we love. It is a neighboring county to our south from where we live. But it wasn't that bad to get down here today. Always the positive mindset gets you places that you may never thought you could be.
And this is a city that is accessible for those that may not want to drive. Tri-Rail goes to the Miami International Airport, and a quick connection from there via an Uber or a Lyft is certainly doable. There are three things I think that stand out for those that have never been to Coral Gables that really want to experience what some of the locals and some of the tourists would probably say are tops. And right down the road from us is the Fairchild Tropical Botanical Garden. And I was once a member when I lived in the area. And since then, we have taken trips, both of us.
Yes.
Dana has experienced it.
It's
and
beautiful.
What is the top part
if you
of
know
that?
me, you know butterflies. The area of the butterfly exhibit is breathtaking. They take such care of the grounds and these beautiful winged friends. They land on you. They give you little kisses. Maybe sometimes you just want to make sure you don't leave with one of them. So there's very important protocol to take for that. But being there is one of my favorites. Thank you.
You can't go anywhere without great food.
Yes.
And downtown Coral Gables, if you will, the Miracle Mile area in Giralda Street has some amazing restaurants. And we'd like to just single out Talavera, which has some of the most authentic Mexican cuisine. And shout out to our friends Ara and Aski for introducing us to that lovely culinary delight.
And what's the third thing?
The third thing is a little bit of mental nourishment, if you will. Certainly food is important, but also a good book, and books and books and the work that Mitch has done to make that an institution in this community and across South Florida is certainly noteworthy. And we're actually going to take a pause,
Yes.
go over there, and maybe buy a book.
You may see us over there.
So we're going to take a brief break right now, and we'll be back with more podcast from our community, away from our community.
Yes, wherever you water yourself and bloom.
And today, for this month of November, it is Coral Gables, Florida.
Yay!
Yay! We'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
So here we are, Dana and Adam, for the DNA Community Podcast. And we're inside. That's way too high.
Hi.
Here's Dana. We're inside Books and Books, located in beautiful Coral Gables. This is one of 3 book salons that are available for you. They even have the wonderful date with a book that we saw. Wine date with a book. Great place. Well, hi there. We're inside Books and Books with George Sanchez Calderon. He is a local artist. And George, what is it about Books and Books that makes it a vital part of the community, and why it's such an iconic part of Coral Gables and South Florida, at least in your mind?
Because it's the oldest bookstore that's owned locally by someone. It's never closed. He's been around for a very long time, and I grew up in South Florida, so it's where people locally have been coming to for the past 40 years. So there just isn't a lot of history. Miami's only a 100-year-old city, so this is a bookstore that's been around and open almost since half of the amount of time that the city's been in existence.
You think of
it. There is no other place like it.
Right. You think of other cities, and they've had bookstore chains that have come and gone, and
The Strand in New York.
what though says
Paris, you're gonna have.
what can you say though about why the city and the community have made this such an iconic institution, especially for outsiders that don't think of South Floridians as very book
Because Books and Books
people.
was the place that remained a privately owned bookstore during the period of time that Barnes and Noble and large chains were growing. And this was a place that I am confident and conscious of the fact that people made a conscious decision to support this bookstore during that period of time, that now we've seen a lot of those places close. A lot of the large chain bookstores aren't in existence anymore, but Books and Books made it through that period of time when a lot of smaller mom and pop bookstores were closed and went out of business because they couldn't compete. People paid extra money to come here because Mitchell was behind the birth of Miami Book Fair. And they do talks like my buddy Tim just did at the moment. So it's one of those places that is a place, it's a gathering place and a bookstore. It's always been a gathering place and a bookstore, right? I mean, he's had Umberto Eco speak here. Bernard Henri Levy gave a talk here.
And we just learned that you also are going to have an exhibit
And
here
I'll
in
be having an
December.
exhibit here for Art Basel in December.
Beautiful.
That's
Yeah, and
fantastic.
I'm doing it because I'm calling it home, and I am a local artist, and I've never exhibited at Books and Books, and I've been exhibiting for 30 years. So to me, it's an honor to exhibit at a bookstore during Art Basel,
Which is like
because it's more local. Everyone's fighting to exhibit in galleries at the art fair, and this is something that locals will see and appreciate. It's very real. And I'm going to be selling postcards of previous exhibits, so that way try to encourage people to buy postcards, mail them to people, because all of my exhibits of the postcards will be exhibiting of artwork that is in Miami landscape. So when you buy a postcard of one of my artworks in the landscape, you'll be sending it to someone as a Miami postcard.
I love that. That's amazing.
That's the idea. It's like very simple,
Yeah.
right? Like
That's a
people
great
used to
idea.
buy
It means a lot.
postcards and send them to
But it
people.
means a lot, I think.
but now it's more local and personal because it's of my artwork on my postcard of 30 years of exhibits. On postcards, like send someone a postcard from Miami, and you're sharing artwork and you're sharing part of the history of the city from the most historically significant bookstore in the city.
That's amazing.
Wonderful.
George, thank you so much.
Thank you so
No
much.
problem. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. We'll be back.
Okay, a Dana and Adam DNA Community Podcast public service announcement. If you like candy, then you need to go to this place behind us.
It's super tasty.
It's amazing.
And it tastes so much like healthy candy, if that makes like
Healthy.
No, you're not eating like fake stuff. It's real from Scandinavia in Coral Gables.
Scandy candy.
Scandy candy.
Yeah,
Come
another
get it.
reason why Coral Gables is a great community.
Whee!
Hey. Okay, folks, it's the DNA Community Podcast, and we're here on race day for the Miracle Walk. The 5K is completed. We're going to be doing the 1 mile, and this benefits the Down Syndrome Association of Miami. And just want to give you a bird's eye look of what's going on here and why this is a great part of the community of the city of Coral Gables.
To Freemason Lodge 25.
Hello, community. We are here at beautiful downtown Coral Gables, the site of the beautiful fundraiser for the Greater Miami chapter of Down Syndrome Awareness. And we are on Team Joshy here representing. And it's a beautiful, vibrant day. And thank you for having us. And I'm filled with so much gratitude for the community that is here to come together and support this amazing cause.
Hello, everybody, and we're back from our home studio. It's Dana B and Adam R. Jacobson, and as you just saw, we had a wonderful time in Coral Gables, experiencing some of what you can see on Miracle Mile and the Miracle Walk and 5K run for the Down Syndrome Association of Miami. DSOAM.org is where you can learn more about that, and we will soon be inviting Jason and Jackie Castro, the parents of young Joshy Castro, to talk a little bit more about the organization. Before we go any further with the podcast, we wanted to take time out to acknowledge our presence in mid-October at South Florida Wellness Week. It was something that was brand new to us and to the South Florida wellness community itself. Dana, why don't you share a little bit about how we were both involved at this event?
Yes, it comes down to connection and community. There was a dear connection that has been coming to my BLine gatherings, Miss Gabby, Dr. Gabby Polici, and she was sharing about the South Florida Wellness Week and these two amazing ladies that created this space for the communities to come together and to share their wellness initiatives and their businesses. And we were grateful to be connected and had some great conversations. And then they spoke to you.
Yes.
And they were very impressed with your background in
media and advertising.
Yes.
And this is a video of me speaking at a opening session about how wellness practitioners can best use media and what types of media they can use in order to craft their message and get to really kind of build their business in a better, more authentic way. A lot of times there are people that in the wellness space that are, very good at what they do, but they don't really have the craft of sharing exactly why you would benefit from their services. So
and lean on community.
Yeah,
members.
I gave a little bit of my marketing and
it was great. I was
advertising
very impressed,
back.
and all of our community that was there, it was very insightful.
I wanted to point to one of the participants in the community who I got to meet a little bit more and who you've gotten to know, Dr. Golda.
Yes.
What can you share about Dr. Golda and some of her experiences and how that added to South Florida Wellness Week in particular? Because she's a fascinating individual.
Yes, I would say she's one of the pioneers of wellness, and she has her own business and connections of regenerative health and how to help women and men be the best versions of themselves using their body and what is in our body to help heal us. And she held space for me, and I'm grateful that she's a part of the community and living here now in Miami with her son. And it's just another connection that I'm very grateful for.
You spoke on a panel.
I did for the first time in my space of wellness.
You did amazingly well.
Thank you.
And we're going to show you a little excerpt of what Dana B said at South Florida Wellness Week. Stand by for this.
We're all on this experience together. Why not just lead with kindness and be communicative and connect and find something common, or if not, learn something from somebody.
And you call yourself a holistic connector.
Yes, your holistic connector.
Your holistic connector. That's very personable.
Yes.
How did you come up with that?
To be clear about it, I first was going to say concierge, and I didn't really know how to spell that very well because that's not my strength. So I went with another C word that was connector. So I also go, as you know, Dana B. So my name is Dana, and my middle initial is B. In Hebrew, my name is Devorah, and in Hebrew, Devorah means bee. So I took that and swung on it, and so I'm Dana B. And I am loving being that because I'm your holistic connector. I know a lot of people in this space, wellness is the way of the future, and I feel like we all need to connect on some level with somebody who's giving that in their knowledge base. I don't have all the knowledge, but I can connect you with someone that does.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Dana.
That is amazing, Dana.
That's neat. It was so great, and I felt so welcome by the community, and looking forward to the future and what that means for not only Dana B or Holistic Connector, but the communities that we are touching here through the podcast, and continuing to make that ripple connection out into the world and the ethers. And yeah, thank you.
One other thing that we wanted to share with you is another wonderful charity called the Bwindi Education Project, and we'll get to that and their annual charity event in Miami Shores, Florida, which is a northern community of Miami-Dade County, after we speak to the Castro family, which we're going to do right now after this quick break. Stand by.
Did we need to text them? Has it been 20 minutes? You want to introduce them?
Okay, and we're
We're
back.
back.
Without further ado, we want to bring in our very special guests on our DNA community podcasts. Please welcome Jason and Jacki Castro, the parents of young Joshy Castro, one of the little children and adults and everybody that was part of the wonderful Miracle Walk and 5K run in support of the Down Syndrome Association of Miami.
Yes.
Welcome,
guys. So good to see you. So
Thanks, Adam. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Our first question is, community starts with positive people, and it can be beyond your neighborhood or even the city that you live in. Coral Gables, there's a huge sense of community. As we celebrated the amazing efforts of the Down Syndrome Association of Miami at the annual Miracle Walk and 5K run, you and your family are involved because of your son, Joshy. Tell us a little bit about his journey and how the community has come together to celebrate his progress and the work of the association.
It's a long story. I mean, I'll give you the cliff notes. So it started, I guess, when when I was pregnant, and I got the diagnosis at 11 weeks that he was going to have Down syndrome. And then at 20 weeks, we knew that he was going to have a heart condition, a complete AVSD. So we knew he was going to have heart surgery as well. We just figured, though, that he was going to be born, he was going to come home, and at around somewhere between 3 to 5 months, he would have surgery. something. And from what we gathered, it would be like a few days in the hospital, come home, all's good. Not the case. He was born April 10th, 2024, and we pretty much spent 5 months in the hospital. We spent 23 days in the NICU at Baptist, came home for a total of 3 days, and then he was admitted to Jackson pretty much on and off for about 4 months. He had 4 surgeries in total. The first one being a PDA closure at about, I think, like 6 weeks old. Then he had a PA banding. They were kind of just band-aids really to get him to the main surgery so he could be stronger. I don't know if you want to explain anything about these.
No, it's just it's not a blur, but it was such a long journey, from the beginning, like she said. All the emotions and challenges, everything that rushed to us as we got the news of the diagnosis, as we got the news of the heart surgery. Just a lot of new experiences for us. We didn't know what to expect. We touched base. We were put into communication with several families.
Yeah, I should have started. Let's rewind. So when the high risk doctor gave us the news, and I spoke to my OB, the first thing, I mean, obviously the news was initially hard to hear, and we really didn't know too much about the community, and my OB put me in touch immediately with an amazing family who now we're very close friends with. Ironman Leo, actually, if you were at the race, you saw them. They have a huge team. And I remember 5 days after the diagnosis, we, as a family, us and our daughter Ellie, who at the time was 4, we went to their house on a Sunday, and it was actually the day of the race that day. But even though they invited us, I'm like, we're not ready to go. We went that afternoon to their house, and there he was. He opened the door, and not that everything was fixed, but it made everything better. Like, we knew our life was not over. Our life was gonna be, we didn't know yet how amazing it was gonna be, but I mean, they're a normal family with 3 children, and they travel, and their kids are, they live a very normal life just like us. And it just changed the perspective, and we met more and more families, and they were very welcoming, and they just gave us so much information, so that really, really helped. And then nothing as when he was born, the Down Syndrome Association, actually Leo's mom, and she's on the board, and the community, they showed up to the NICU with a basket full of information and stuff for him, just like regular baby stuff. And then when we ended up in Jackson for, like I said, 4 months or so, I mean, we had all sorts of different communities like surround us, right? Like, we had our daughter's school community, school/church community, and we didn't really buy or make food for like about 2 months. Between the little bit that we were home, we would get food trains, or like we had Uber gift cards and DoorDash, and the Association of Miami, I think they gave us about like $500 or something, like, in gift cards as well. Like, so they really, really supported us. I mean, continuously, always checking in. I mean, we were also surrounded by the best doctors that Miami has to offer, from the best cardiologist, best surgeon, every specialist, and a lot of them obviously came recommendations from like that community. They looked out for us, and that's what this community does. We all do. Like, right now, like, we all look, like, we get in touch with each other, and if there's a mom that's pregnant, they put you in touch with them, and that's what I want to be now as well. Like, I want to give back in that way, the same way that was what was done for us. And I felt that however much, like, however other people were trying to help, the most help we got was from the people that had walked this path before, and they can really help us. So it was great. Yeah.
I'm so
For those who only know of Miami from what they see on the news, or perhaps the drivers doing the cañonazo at 120 miles an hour on the Palmetto, it may seem like a big, scary place. And it was just so wonderful and so heart-filling to be at the walk and to see so many members of the community from so many different places and backgrounds come together in support of this great organization. On a bigger note, what makes Miami so special and a great positive home for you and your family?
For me, I was born and raised here, right? So my roots are entrenched here.
Both of us.
Yeah, for both of us. Sorry. My roots are entrenched here, like I said, like from when my family came over from Cuba, from my dad when I was a little kid. I've been here my entire life, from when my dad owned multiple businesses throughout the city, my grandmother having her own fabric store for almost 60 years in downtown. So you name it, I've just, I know the area. I've never really wanted to leave home. I've always loved staying close here. Yes, like you said, the traffic or some of that stuff can really can really aid you. But outside of that, there's just so much to do, and the people truly are amazing. You make a lot of friends, a lot of family.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, even it's just at the walk, like, it's funny because I was almost like kind of spread thin to be able to find the way to, like, I barely got to like hang out with you guys because it was just like so many different groups of like areas in our lives, from family to teachers from our daughter's school to lifelong friends to obviously his running friends who are my friends too, and like just like so many. I mean, there was just so many different the OB that delivered Joshua was there. It's just, and she hadn't seen him since he was in the NICU. His occupational therapist, his speech therapist, like, it's like people really show up, and it was really cool. Like, it was really cool to see.
Amazing. And as you both are parents to 2 children, what can you say about South Florida's opportunities for raising kids and what the future holds for them?
I mean, that's a loaded question.
It is a loaded question.
I mean,
it's not right or wrong.
I think no matter where you are, you have to be smart about the area that you want to live in. You do your research for the schools.
I think the choices we've made, I feel like, hopefully, like, for the time being, I feel like we have, at least our daughter, she's kind of like in a little bubble per se. She's like, I mean, we know we're very involved in her school. It's a community in itself. Like, we're very, very involved. We really love the families there. We travel with them. We spend time with them. So that helps a lot, because being friends with the parents and the families, then, like, she's friends with, we all want to hang out with each other. But yeah, it can be, it's sometimes can be a scary place to raise a kid, but there's a lot of opportunities, and now having Joshy at home, being able to take him to things. There's a lot of opportunities at the library right now too. So the Children's Trust now does events at the library, which is actually really cool. That wasn't an opportunity back when Ellie was little. I would take her for story time, but now the Children's Trust has hired like all these specialized programs, like this, like Savvy Sensory, Little Beats, Musicality, and they're specialized like programs that you can normally like sign up and spend. Like, they're expensive programs and great programs, music programs, but they're offering it through the Children's Trust for free for the community, like once a month or whatnot. So like, I like to like look for them, and I go to those classes. So
I think I've seen some of the things you shared on social media. It's so fun to
that's
watch.
Joshy. Yes.
He loves the music.
Halloween one dressed like Baby Yoda. Only he may have been the only one dressed up. So.
I love
but
that.
Yeah, there's a lot of great, there really are. Like, if you look, there's like Miami Mom Collective also posts a lot of events. There's constantly, and free events. Like, there's a lot of great free events in Miami. I know Evelyn Greer Park is having like an event like outside for a movie, Under the Stars. They do a lot of events like that are great. There's honestly, I'm always like saving them, hoping to go, and we're just always so busy that it's hard to go to so many events. But there's a lot of great things to do with children here, and to be able to like spend family time together. So yeah.
Before we conclude, we certainly wanted to share information about the Down Syndrome Association of Miami and how our viewers can learn a little bit more about how to donate and what the organization specifically does. What's the easiest way for them to learn more aside from going to the website? Is there something specific to the organization in terms of research or outreach or helping families such as yours that you'd like to share?
I would say the website would probably be the best, to go on dsaom.org, or to go on the Instagram. They're always posting what the events are coming up, ways to donate. The walk is the biggest event of the year, the biggest fundraiser. So if anything, follow on Instagram at Down Syndrome Miami, and there they can either find out the next event, donate there, and if there's an event or a walk or anything, you can always look up our team Joshy and join our team as well. So
yes,
we're always looking forward to that. And we look forward to having you guys again next year as well.
We will be there.
And we definitely want to invite our audience to consider going to Coral Gables next November of 2026 for this amazing event. And we were
it's always the first Sunday of November, but next November it's November 1st. So I believe they're going to do it the following Sunday. So because it falls after Halloween. So they're going to do it the weekend after.
All right. We'll keep our calendars marked.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, again, thank you so much for participating in this podcast. It was wonderful having you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Okay.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye. Again, that was Jason and Jacki Castro. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about the Down Syndrome Association of Miami, the URL is right down there, DSAOM.org. And we'll be right back after this. And we're back with the final portion of our November 2025 edition of the DNA Community Podcast. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about what my wifey B, Dana B, is up to, please subscribe and like this podcast on the YouTube channel and on danab.com, dana-b.com.
Correct.
That is the QR code. It'll take you there, and we'll share a little bit more about these and what you can find at dana-b.com after we share a little bit about another fundraising event for a great cause.
All about giving back.
Indeed. And this event was in Miami Shores, Florida. And it's an annual event that benefits the Bwindi Education Project. I have my glasses on because I want to read you specifically a little bit about this organization. The Bwindi Education Project was created after founder Jacki Morris was on safari in September of 2018 in Africa. After a day of hiking to see the famous silverback gorillas in the Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, the Rushaga Nsongi Orphanage Farm visited her hotel to do a performance of dancing and singing. That's where Jacki met a boy named Gift, the eldest of the family, and they were immediately connected. And upon returning to Miami, Gift continued to stay on Jacki's mind, and she asked her safari guide for more information about him as she wanted to help with his education. It turns out that Gift was not alone. He had two brothers, Bruce and Ivan, as well as two sisters, Viola and Petra. Suddenly, the project grew in size and importance, and this organization is committed to fundraising for the care, education, and general welfare of the children. They're currently enrolled at a school in Kabale, Uganda, and it was our privilege and pleasure to be a part of the annual fundraising event. Jacki has done an incredible job, and we wanted to give a full shout out to her and to her husband, Brad. They are now on their boat, busy living, but it was wonderful to have them in Miami. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about this organization and how the community in Miami Shores and across Miami-Dade County came out in support of this, feel free to check out the website. You see the URL there, www.bwindieducationproject.org. So thank you again, Jacki Morris, for bringing that into our world.
Yes.
Before, again, we wrap up, we wanted to direct you to our website, dana-b.com. Click on that URL with your phone and do whatever, technology gets you to the website.
The information you seek.
But we're really, really proud to be offering the hats that we're wearing. And I'm going to get a little bit closer so you can see. These are version 2.0 of some of our favorite hats. And it's a collaboration that Dana B is doing with Lauren of Love. And
No. You stand corrected.
Who is this?
Link of Hearts.
Link of Hearts.
Elizabeth.
See, this is why I have her here.
But Lauren of Love is great too.
Okay.
But I haven't collaborated with her.
Tell us a little bit about these hats, how they came to be, and how they came to Dana B.
So back many years ago, I was connected to a nonprofit called Bring Change to Mind, and one of the offerings that they had to help build in their sponsors and donors was this beautiful bracelet with an elephant that was with green, and it said, the tagline was, "Let's talk about the elephant in the room," and it is an organization to talk about mental health awareness, and that was very close to my heart. And I stayed connected to Elizabeth, who created that bracelet and was partnering with Bring Change to Mind. And we've grown connected over the interwebs for many years. And up until last year, we finally got to meet in person in September. Adam and I went out for my high school reunion. And before that, we talked. I was on her podcast. She ended up closing her Link of Hearts store, but still had the brand and moved on to By Chance Avenue, which is a beautiful cause that is near to my heart as well. And I talked to her. I'm like, I wear your hat. I bought it for Adam and I many years ago. We get compliments all the time. We should sell them. Are you open to it? She was open to it. We collabed, and I worked with the Tassel Depot, a local place here in Deerfield, and they made the hats, and we're loving it. So if you're looking for a gift for a friend, or if you want to wear a new hat, it's all going to be okay. We'll get through this. We have the power. It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay if you make a mistake or two also, because you can just kind of quickly move on from that.
And don't point it out again. And happy November, everybody. And
that's it. It's been a wonderful opportunity to share Coral Gables, some great fundraising events that we participated in. And again, charity is another part of what makes community such a great community. So I want to thank you for tuning in and watching this podcast.
Share and like and subscribe, and we'll see you in December somewhere in Palm Beach County.
We'll be back in Palm Beach County. This is Copyright 2025 DNA Community Podcast. You can find us on YouTube. And again, feel free to share this with a friend. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.